Hello and welcome. My name is Mr. Morgan and I'm the Director for Engineering. And in this PowerPoint, I'm going to be covering both the Engineering Design courses and the Engineering Manufacture course. So we're going to start off with looking at the Engineering Design for OCR Cambridge National. It's split up into 75% coursework, which is 3 units of work, and the 4th unit being the written exam that can be sat in both January and the summer exams in Year 11. The way these courses are graded are based on a pass, merit and distinction levels. So unlike GCSEs with numerical, they're a bit more level 3 basis. There is an opportunity to resit the exam unit, which will sit in January, and it can be resat then in the June series. And the highest grade of those will be taken forward for the final qualification. Okay, so just to recap, it'll be 75% coursework, 3 of those units will be internally assessed, and 1 of them will be externally assessed, which is the written exam, which I'll go through on the next couple of slides. Okay, so looking at the topics that we have, these are the 4 units that we are being assessed on. The first unit, R105, is the exam-based unit, which is looking at a range of questions relating to design specification, user requirements, use of design briefs, and other questions related to those topics. The first unit that we will be assessed internally is R106, which would be the product analysis. Now for that unit, we will be looking at taking products apart and analysing those, the components in them, and the reasons for those choice of materials, manufacturing methods, and producing an assembly plan and putting it all back together. The R107 unit is a design unit where students will be asked to produce a series of hand drawings and range of designs for a given theme, and from that then we'll then be modifying those on computer and producing CAD drawings from that, or that will produce in a portfolio in the form of a PowerPoint. From those designs then produced in R107, we will then create those in R108 as a realistic object. So that could be made in modeling foam, could be made in MDF, a range of acrylics, could be laser cut or 3D printed. So we use a range of those different techniques to manufacture the design that is created in R107. So R106, 7 and 8 will be internally assessed and will be done via a portfolio to outline all those elements and show progress and development of that unit. Okay, so looking at the assessment for the 4 units, each unit is equally graded. So the exam and the internally assessed units are all graded out of 60 marks each. To get an overall grade, we add all those marks up, and those points then are then converted into the final grade. So the R105 is a 1-hour exam, and it's externally set by the exam board and marked by the exam board. And this can be set in January and in the June series. Throughout the year, in year 11, they will have the opportunity to have a go and practice mock papers, walk and talk and mock, and suitable revision to get students prepared ready for that unit. The R106 unit, 7 unit and R108 unit are all internally assessed and will all be producing a portfolio. These portfolios are then moderated throughout the year to make sure students are meeting their grading criteria and all the units are marked equally and fairly. From this then, those grades can then be inputted into tracking sheets, which will then allow us to see and predict the final outcome. So with the grades being 60 marks, we know that the grade boundaries for these are fixed for us. So 36 marks will equal a level 2 pass grade. 42 marks will equal a merit grade, and a 48 will equal a distinction. Distinction star grade will be at a 54 mark boundary out of 60. So those boundaries don't change for us, they're actually fixed, which makes assessing students and getting students to the right grades a little bit easier, because we can actually see where the students are weak at by using those grade boundaries and grade scores to allow students to then further improve their grades to get to where the stage they need to be at. Okay, looking on to the Engineering Manufacture course at OCR Cambridge National. It's exactly the same structure as the engineering design course. We're still 75% coursework, so 3 internally assessed units and 1 written exam to make up the 4th units. Again, still pass merit and distinction grade boundaries, and they will have the opportunity to resit the exam unit from the January into the June series. Looking at the outline topics for this manufacturing course, the R109 unit is the external assessed unit, which is the exam based, and they will have an opportunity to sit this in January as well as the June series in year 11. This exam entails various questions relating to materials, manufacturing processes, production methods, CNC and global manufacturing. The R110 unit is an internal assessed unit and will be done via portfolio, where students will be interpreting drawings, planning for the manufacture of a component, and then manufacturing that component in aluminium and steel. The final task of that unit will be a research-based activity. The R111 unit is a CNC manufacturing unit, where we will be looking at producing a component on CNC machines. This will need to be drawn in CAD, screenshotted for evidence, manufactured, quality control checked, and then followed up with a research activity at the end to complete that unit. The R112 unit is looking at quality control and why do we use quality control. It will go through students or show students how to do a range of different quality control techniques and the reasons behind using those techniques. The students will obviously then be able to use those techniques in both R10 and R111, and that also finishes off with a research activity at the end of it. So all 3 of those internal assessed units will be controlled by myself and our team and will be assessed on a regular basis. With regards to the assessment, all 4 units are equally marked and equally weighted. The exam will be assessed by external persons such as the exam board. The R10, 11 and 12 units will be assessed in board by us and my team. For these units, the internal ones, each are equally weighted, so they're all marked out at 60, where 36 marks will equal a level 2 pass, which is the minimum that we require. To get a merit in those units, you will need a 42. To get a distinction, you need a 48. And to get a distinction start, you need a 54 out of 60. All that data from that and those raw scores, we put into a tracker to see where and keep an eye on where students are and progressing. And students can see from the tracker where their weak areas lie and where they need to improve. Post-16 and career opportunities. From studying Cambridge Level 2 Engineering, we can then progress forward into post-16, where we can attend and achieve a Level 3 engineering courses, whether it be an OCR course or WJC or even a BTEC. The most popular is obviously a BTEC Level 3 engineering course, which can be studied at City of Bristol and a range of others, UTCs and other courses and providers around Bristol. The reason we choose these courses to progress further is because it provides an opportunity in Bristol for a wide range of career paths, whether it be mechanical engineering, motor mechanics, civil engineers, architects, even F1 engineers, armed forces. So by studying level 2, it's a good grounding and foundation course ready for the level 3. So it prepares students to produce assignments, to work to deadlines, and to have some background information regarding to the level 3 engineering course. By studying the level 3 courses, you then open the doors to go on to then get apprenticeships in those careers. There is an opportunity at post-16 or just before post-16 after GCSEs to go ahead and straight into engineering apprenticeships, providing a suitable level 2 course has been obtained. And these apprenticeships are available on the government websites and local source companies. With regards to additional information, I expect all students to meet the coursework deadlines. This allows us then to meet our target grade tracking, both internal and for school based, and allows us to devise and intervene appropriately where needed for the school intervention. The purpose of the qualification is to progress students onto our level 3 engineering courses and to work wider to the world of engineering apprenticeships, which can lead on to higher apprenticeships and degrees. Long-term prospects would hopefully include a career in engineering in whatever field and sector they choose to go on to from this. If you would like any further information, feel free to contact me. Again, my name is Mr. Morgan and I'm the Director of Engineering at Fairfield High School. Thank you for listening and hope to hear from you soon.